Hello, it's Scott Manley here, and welcome to X-Rebirth, the next installment of the X series of games, and now officially the best spaceship game available to buy. Yes, Star Citizen may be doing things higher resolution with more money, but it's not out for another year. So right now we have X-Rebirth, and it is pretty darn good. I'm going to show you the game. One of the things it starts out with is this little diary or encyclopedia entry which talks about the Albion Pride, which has been renamed the Albion Skunk. It is the spacecraft you fly, and somewhat controversially for an X game, it is the only spaceship you fly in this game. However, that's not to say there won't be updates, mods and whatnot to actually let you see this spacecraft or let you fly other spacecraft. But you can also hire other people to fly your spacecraft for you. You know, you don't have to fly every spacecraft you own. Well, anyway, let's skip into the game proper. So here we go. This is at the controls of the Albion Skunk.
Yes, I hear you.
I've got system failures. I need to dock.
You also have terrible voice syncing, but that is normal for an X game.
You better be sure. I'm coming in hot.
Yes, you are. And so you see, I can get up from the controls and take a little saunter into the back of my own spacecraft here to meet Yisha, who will be my companion or co-pilot for much of this.
Thanks.
How'd you end up in that pod?
I was attacked in the highway. It happened so fast. They could still be nearby.
I checked. You were the only ship out there. We can head for the nearest station, but it'll take a while. This ship's not in the best shape.
If they come after me, then we're in trouble. Let me take a look.
So yeah, the character design and animation are I would say they're last gen, and I'm saying last gen in that I'm talking more about the PlayStation 3. They look similar to Fallout, maybe slightly lower quality. Look, we have the all-important space toilet in the back of this spacecraft. I'm sure there's things that I'll be able to do later on, but right now we can just wander around and follow Yisha into the front of the spacecraft. She's just walked in and basically sat down at the controls of my spacecraft. If I hope she's not trying to steal my ship.
Steal my ship? You should have waited until I finished repairs.
You're not kidding. This thing's a mess.
You an engineer?
Technician. I work for the Heart of Albion, performing safety checks for working areas, ships, production lines, that kind of thing. Yisha Terran.
Ren Otani.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the Pride of Albion.
You know your ship. I found it dumped not too far from here. I've been trying to restore it, and some joker thought it'd be funny to recode its ID to Albion Skunk.
Not only that, but paint a picture of a furry skunk on the side.
For a replacement high gain transmitter. It's probably best if we head to some station.
Oh dear, you mean we have to fly places?
Engines a bit.
So yes, we now get actual control to fly around in this beautifully rendered space area. Look at that. Wreckage everywhere. There has been a war, basically. After the gates collapsed at the end of Albion Prelude, the Plutarch Mining Corporation took control of this particular sector from the Argon military because there was nobody to stop them, and the Argons couldn't get reinforcements.
Did you know that your boost engines are disabled?
Yeah, they've never worked. Something to do with...
Hold on.
Boost engines online. So boost engines are the replacement for SATA. There is no longer time acceleration in the game. It is all about flying at high speeds.
Those were Plutarch security ships. You don't just pull off a burn like that in their faces.
Relax. They won't catch up for a while. Look, I've got a friend on a station near here. Get me there and we'll get most of your systems back online. Check this out.
Okay, so now we have, if you look at the background, you can see the space dust moving. This is letting you strafe around. So you have a 6 degree of freedom spacecraft. You can roll it, but as soon as you let go, it wants to roll itself upright again. So there is a preferred upwards direction in space. Anyway, we're going to go over towards this stream because ultimately that's where we're headed. This is like a highway. Instead of the gate system, which instantaneously jumps you, This is a super accelerator highway or something.
Since I found her.
These
How about we get to that station?
Yes, I will. I'll get inside here. Now, these basically let you fly through space and get to destinations that are a long way around the solar systems. You can jump on the tail of other spacecraft to go faster, but maybe we'll see one, maybe not. Fly to Dormant Bear. So, yeah, you can move around in the highway. You can even shoot at things in the highway, and you can jump out the side at any spot. You can see the universe moving around you while you're inside the highway, so sometimes you can jump out halfway down to see things or examine things that aren't exactly on the map. And your computer will tell you sometimes that you have to get out part way to make an exchange to another acceleration stream. Now, because the gates are down, you tend to be restricted to fewer systems. In fact, early on, I think you're going to have a total of 1 system or 2 systems available to you, and then over time you unlock more and more systems. But each system is divided into sectors and zones so that you can actually see... So there's actually a large universe out there. So this is a colony here.
Station information added to ship computer database.
And all these icons represent things you can talk to. But the one I'm after is obviously the repair station here. This little platform that's sitting here. Let me just stop for a second. You can see there's this giant hole into the ground where they're doing mining or whatever. Well, I can just go on here, double click, dock.
This is the Albion Skunk.
Requesting permission to dock. And so we switched to proper, well, we switched to this encyclopedia entry, which you don't need to see.
You want me to patch up this old junker for free?
So we switched to a proper first-person mode again.
You've got one favor. You're more trouble than you're worth. Okay, guy. I'll get your ship into a decent state. That includes the weapons, so you'd best keep quiet about where you got them from. There are some components around here I could use. Look around for them while I get set up.
I'll leave you boys to it.
Okay, so this is where we see the first-person RPG type interface going on. You start out, this is a small platform, but you know, you can run around the side. You can actually look out and you can see the external scenery. So it does a great job at like reproducing the actual scale of things. You can look over here and see that giant hole that I was pointing out earlier. Anyway, it also takes from RPGs in that you can basically grab everything that isn't nailed down and ultimately sell it for profit, as I understand. That may get old. I'm not sure why somebody owning a spaceship would want to grab everything not nailed down. But yeah, I'm grabbed something from there to talk to Mr. Hansen, Derby.
Thanks. If I were doing this, we'd better do it right. You should get on board and prepare to give a test run.
Why, yes. What can you tell me about Yisha?
That Yisha girl, she's nice and all, but don't expect things to be simple with her around.
She told me she was with the Heart of Albion. Sounds pretty respectable.
No.
Sure, but the Heart of Albion aren't the PMC's best friends, are they? I say spend the time in her world. Heart of Albion will either get you into charity work or cyber terrorism. Never a dull day.
Thanks for the help.
Okay, so actually, if you notice up in the top left, there's a little window that shows you what his skills and everything are, what his status. You can walk over to this person. There's a drone dealer. The icon above their head tells you what they do. This is somebody who is a defense officer, Darren Capel. And his allegiance is the Plutarch Mining Corporation. It's another engineer who is part of Plutarch, I guess. But I'm just going to run on board. Oh, after grabbing more stuff here. Let's run up into the command. Now, I can actually do this from the comms, but, you know, maybe you like the first-person movement kind of thing. Hey, Yisha.
Systems are looking good. Weapons are working. Let's give the targeting system a
Okay, let's hover out of here and take a look around for some targets. There we go. Yellow targets this way. Full speed ahead. I'm just going to boost over here to speed things up a little. 1 kilometer and fire weapons. So yeah, firing weapons, of course, does the usual heating up weapon systems limitation. Presumably weapons don't work when they get overheated. I could switch to a mining laser, which is far more effective against asteroids.
We don't have a cap ship with collector drones. The minerals in these rocks are used in many...
You don't say! You mean I can make money by mining asteroids? Unfortunately, I don't have the hardware on this ship to actually mine asteroids just yet, but that's part of the intro, or the first sector or whatever, is flying around and upgrading your spacecraft.
Yeah, they know I'm okay. I'd hate to be a bother, but could you take me to them? It's not far from here.
Why, yes, I will take you there.
Sure, given how well the Skunk is performing, it's the least I can do.
Thanks. I'll mark the location in your guidance system. We'll be meeting with the Heart of Albion ship to pick me up.
Okay, fly to even temper. So we're back into this highway stream.
So, what do you do for a living?
Nothing stable. The odd job. More to keep me busy than make money.
Freelancer, then. Not a bad job if you can find enough work.
My father worked for Plutarch Mining Corporation for many years. Seeing how stressed he became, I don't think corporate life is for me. He's gone now, but he left me enough that I can choose what I want to do.
If you want to spend your time restoring old ships, you've found a good one here.
Okay, so this is us again flying down the flying down that acceleration stream. I don't see any other cars, any other spacecraft, but if you do, you can jump on their tail and get some extra speed. You can actually see outside, so if there's something you see out here, you can jump out and take a look at it. And of course, it'll keep, you know, your guidance will help you out here. But I guess I'm just going to leave the highway in 70, 60. This is all counting down.
There's a highway crossing in the next zone. Get ready to leave this highway in a moment.
And you'll get a warning, at which point you'll press...
We should fly over to the other highway now.
No! There, where's the other highway? Over there.
Entering even temper.
So we'll fly over to this to meet her friends in space. So yeah, the whole start of the game is more or less a bunch of missions where you fly around and you upgrade your spacecraft, add all those things that you need, and you know, get yourself started. It's a slow build-up. The systems get enabled one after another to get you so that you can get into the game, so you're not introduced to everything all at once. They're more or less leading you through the game, although the only thing I would say about the tutorial, which is really, you know, nice to have, is that sometimes the messages appear and then disappear before you've actually figured out what you're supposed to be doing. I, on the other hand, have figured it out now because I've been through it, so I'm kind of going a little faster than the messages are delivering. Wow, we're going to take some time here. I wish there was some other spacecraft flying around, because using this slipstream would be very nice. Now look, we're coming into this large nebula zone here, and you can actually see the spacecraft that I'm going to visit right there. So I could jump out right here if I want, and it's basically right there.
Ship over there. They'll be expecting...
Yes, and I'll boost in, saving but a few moments of time by my understanding of the layout of this universe.
To the Albion Skunk, I take it you have Yisha
Yes, we do.
on board?
This is Ren Otani. Yes, she's here.
Should we come into dock?
I'm sorry, Yisha, but we can't risk it.
This is a nice looking ship.
Captain Otani, I'm transferring some credits to your account as we speak. I hate to be so abrupt, but time is short, and bringing Yisha on board could potentially put her and others in danger.
I'm sorry, but I have to say, I'm confused. You want her to stay here?
I'm sure Yisha can elaborate. She is currently better off with you than
Uh-huh.
others. Consider this a passenger transport job, Captain Otani. A well-paid one at that. We'll be in contact when this all blows over.
Okay, so we get some cash.
What? I didn't know he was going to do that.
So now what?
You're the captain. What would you normally do?
I have a freighter parked up not too far away. How about we head there and you explain what this is all about?
Why, of course. Let us continue to follow the story. Now, so what we're going to do is get introduced to my freighter that I own, and I'm just going to save it here because we have had some crashes, like 1 or 2 out of 10 hours play. Again, I would say that Egosoft are really good at fixing these things. They follow up with the support of their game.
What I do is find the evidence and get it to port.
Starting to think Borman didn't pay me enough.
Well, okay. So again, you see what I'm trying to do here is slipstream these large spacecraft so they carry me along at high speeds, getting me, you know, across the universe a little faster than I would otherwise be traveling. This is a nice little mechanic. It means that you're no longer just flying into gates and instantaneously appearing after a reload on the other side. the whole thing is, I would say seamless, but it is actually not seamless. You can see things loading and unloading if you pay attention. Okay, leave the highway in 10 kilometers. We're just going to jump out. Oh, leave the highway, yes. Distant fume. It says to save, so we're going to try this highway again here. Jump down through here.
Object information added to ship computer database.
Hey, superhighways are for traveling between sectors. So there's zones and there's sectors, as I understand it, and this basically represents different levels of scale. Look, there's a police cruiser there. Yeah, I'm going to slipstream the police cruiser, because they'll be the ones that have the speed. They need to catch the bad guys, right? Now, there are actually police cruisers. I've seen them around. I encountered one when I was at a station and I was scanning it too much, and the police started to say, "Why are you scanning this station?" It was very kind of interesting. They'd fly up and sit next to me and point at me and flash their lights. Oh wait, there's some bad guys. Let's try getting closer. Are they gone? Oh, there. I could actually shoot this guy if I want. It's not part of the plot. But you know what? They're being shot at, so I should be able to... Oh, wait, no. Mining laser, pulse laser. Yes! Did I blow him up? Oh, that was nice. I didn't get a nice explosion there. Any other bad guys in the area? I do not see any. Well, let's get back into the highway stream. That's where we're going. Heading off towards Cuspid Sport, so we can see the spacecraft that I have purchased, or I own. 110 kilometers. You can't see anything when you're slipstreaming somebody. It's actually possible to see, you know, red targets inside the stream and jump out of the, or shoot them while you're inside the stream to knock them out so you can pirate them. Okay, where now? Yellow is pointing. Oh, we're going into another highway. Frozen circuit. Leave highway in 150 kilometers. I will. If you guys will get me there in a reasonable time. No, out of the highway.
Entering frozen circuit.
There we go. This is Rahanus. This is the spacecraft, the other spacecraft that I own. So we're gonna fly towards it using the turbo, using the boost. Again, pretty nice looking landscape here. So the Albion Skunk isn't the only ship that I own. Although you can't fly it, you have this other spacecraft at the start. Uh-oh. They're not mine.
They're headed this way.
Looks like drones from the Sovereign Syndicate. Did you ever
No.
have a quiet day?
I never have a quiet day with you around, Yusha. Hey, strafe using left, right, whatever. It tells you about strafing. Strafing is good. Come on, get in there.
Shields critical.
Shield's critical? Oh wow, is he on my tail?
Steady shield mark 1 damaged.
Why is this guy is on my tail? Okay, I need to deal with him.
Equalize engine mark 1 damaged.
Equalize. Oh no, engine's damaged. Not good. I'm getting taken down by drones. Oh, wow, I can't fly. Being terrible here. Hull damage. Not good. No. No. I'm losing control here. I think when I start taking damage, I start... Oh, yes! Destroyed one of them. Excellent. Damaged weapons have reduced effectiveness. Yes, I gathered something like that would happen.
A boarding party may be on the way.
Oh, apparently I destroyed them all. Well, I guess I don't know how that happened. But anyway, from this point on, the game, the campaign will continue. There is a free mode as well that just drops you into the game and lets you do, you know, fly around and build your giant empire. I mean, I should add, at this point, we have barely scratched the surface. You will be able to manage fleets, you will be able to build space stations, you will be able to kit out fleets of warships that are able to take over the galaxy, and you'll be able to change things around, reshape the universe in your image, etc, etc. But we'll look at that in later episodes. I'm Scott Manley, fly safe.